Hey.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Savage AF, y'all. We're doing it live for you right now. It's your boy, Black Pedro.
Yo, what's going on with y'all? This is Shang, and we want to thank you for being the most impressive, sexy, delicious, delectable, crunchyliciousness fans ever. Ever. Like out of all fans, there's certain kind of fans, and you as a fan are the best fans ever. You see how I'm compartmentalized in your fandom. And
That's what it is.
That's how good y'all are. Y'all, a lot of people ain't good fans. They stink. They stink. They're bums. They're bums. But you
guys are the best.
You guys are the best ever.
You the best fans. All right, man. So Savage AF, man, we are here live for you Monday through Friday. Typically, we're on Facebook and YouTube live simultaneously, but Facebook, as we know, is tripping today.
Facebook's actually back up.
It's not going live right now, so we're gonna talk about it. That's definitely part of the show. We'll get into it, but we're not live on Facebook right now, which is why you need to be in on the YouTube page. Mondays and Fridays, we're typically on at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesdays through Thursdays, we're typically on at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you miss us live, that's why you want to be tapped into the YouTube page. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. youtube.com/c/SavageAF.
Wait. If you miss us live, you stink. You suck.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you're the worst if you miss us live.
Don't do that.
But if you, no, you're not. You're a good person.
So we are on YouTube. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on in this world, and we're definitely going to talk about these platforms being down. But before we get into that, man, if you miss us visually, or maybe you're not into the visuals, you know, maybe you just can't take all this.
Right. Hey, man, will you stop doing that?
So you just want to, you know,
what I'm saying, there's a
for the ladies.
There's a little bit of a creepiness to it. A little bit of
maybe you can't handle this, ladies.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit. I got a van and candy, and your drink probably will taste funny. Look,
smell this napkin. Does it smell like chloroform? Okay. Here's the thing, man.
Wow, that was rapey. Anybody in the feed, was that the only one that thought that was rapey? That a little rapey.
That's not me. I didn't write that joke. Anyways, Savage AF, we are available wherever you get your podcasts, on all the platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Slacker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
Yeah.
And SoundCloud. Yeah, girl.
What?
Yeah, that was it. That was the one. We're gonna drop a record up, drop an album off that one. All right, so wherever you get your podcast, we are there. We'll go for it. I see people in the building here. We got some Breezy JJs, Nicole H, Stacy P. I see you, Lady D. I see you, Queen B. I see you. A lot of rhyming going on here.
AJ Fitz in the building. Queen B. Queen B. And also I want to let you guys know, when you do subscribe to the channel, you always do the thing with the clickety clickety thing. But if you click it, you still got to hit the belly to bell. You heard it.
There we go.
Hit the bell. Make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up too. Why not?
Shane, we have a request, and I think this one is right up your alley. Can you do a heavy metal SoundCloud tomorrow? So that's you. Tomorrow. Save it.
I'll be ready.
Save it, because that's right up. Shang loves dragon jazz and
metal, funk,
acid
rock,
funk. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Ska, reggae. It's called punch metal. Punch
He
in your
loves
face metal.
chemical gospel is what it's called.
Well, yeah.
It's called
It's called
poison
heroin.
chamber music. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Heroin Harmonies. Make sure that you like us. Give us those thumbs up.
Oxyquire that's what it is. It's
And that's a new one. Oh, Pedro. But hey, Pedro, make sure you follow at Black Pedro.
Hey.
And make sure you follow at Comedian Shang once the IG is up. But it looked like it's up, so I think you should click on the Facebook. I think you should click
Lady
on that
Hazel,
Facebook.
we see you out there, girl. Don't trip.
Pedro, click on the Facebook.
Oh, what? Who? What? What you want me to do?
Facebook's back up.
Oh, I mean, Facebook's up, but it's not going live, dog. You know, I'm doing it. It's just not doing it.
Damn it, man!
They're still a little bit tripping.
All right,
we'll get into all that. I mean, we do have a show today. It's gonna be a quick one, so we're gonna move through it, man. Let's get into it. We're gonna end today. It is Monday, October 4th, 2021. We're in Shocktober already, y'all. Happy Halloween. We're gonna end with the SHANGRY, of course. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dem a bone. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's nursery rhymes for all you political kids out there. Before we get into that, a Black Pedro popping. Dang yang. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Stay tuned. More to come. Before we get into that, Black Gold Dead Sea. Basically the whole Southern California coastline from Huntington Beach on down to Dana Point, which is essentially all of Orange County, basically. Is shut down due to a massive oil spill. We'll talk about it.
It looks like Michael Blackson been swimming down there.
Man, like he bathed with charcoal soap. Yeah. Backstroking the whole way. But before we get into that, man, Savage AF, Black Pedro, Comedian Shang, fuck your feelings is our motto. Facts matter. And when we ask questions, we ask the most critical ones. The most critical question that we ask on the show goes a little something like this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Motherfucker say what? Hide your kids. As we were just talking about, Facebook, IG were down for the majority of today, it seemed like, or at least from like noon Eastern time for about 5-6 hours, some shit like that. Just came back up. But coincidentally, it went dark. Both Facebook, IG, WhatsApp, Messenger, all those Facebook entities went down today. Right after last night's, 60 Minutes expose, where a former Facebook executive whistle blew and, confirmed reports we'd already heard that not only did the company know that its algorithm was, affecting teenagers, especially teenage girls, detrimentally, both Facebook and Instagram,
right,
and that it was feeding them, detrimental material, but that the company encouraged it and would set the algorithm, with these specific notes or whatever. Specifically, they did it around the election, then they changed them. But basically, they are not just okay with it, but encourage this engagement, whether it's negative or not. They don't give a fuck. Just to make money.
That's
just to make money, sell ads. They don't give a fuck.
And now we're on this platform, man. Oh shit! Oh, what the fuck happened?
Oh wait,
what?
Hello.
Hello?
No.
Oh,
hey.
Okay.
No.
Oh no, we're back. Woo!
They tried to get us.
They tried to get us. But I'm gonna tell you right now, obviously they're the devil, and I use them because I like playing with the devil. You ever dance with the devil in the play of moonlight? I mean, Facebook's been the devil. We know that they're biased. We know that they did some other things that made them look very bad. But guess what? They're the all-encompassing evil. They are the Thanos, and we need them, but we don't need them.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it tested it out. Like, it's funny because I woke up today and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do some, publicity for the show on Facebook.
Right.
And then, the shit wouldn't load up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Bam.
But at the end of the day, my day didn't end because Facebook wasn't up or IG.
Well, hold
wasn't
up. Wait. My Facebook was down, and
You fell apart.
I didn't know who I was,
It's a
and
sense of yourself. I get it.
I mean, if I don't get to like or someone likes my pictures, what will I do? You know what it is? These kids, fuck these kids. The kids are soft. You little softy softs. Oh, you fucking softies. They say, well, if I don't get justified by Facebook, that's the same thing with comedy. If we don't get justified by, if you don't got enough Instagram followers or Facebook followers, you're not a viable comic. How about y'all all suck a dick? How about a virtual dick? How about a dick that I gave you 2 thumbs up on? That's some bullshit. The kids, they're weak little bitches. That's why, like we used to ride bikes without helmets, and we used to eat rocks. I used to chew on nails, and now these little bitches like, oh my god, mushroom.
But I mean, you know,
they're pussies.
We all bullying has always existed, and you know it happened back in our day. But with the internet and these social media spaces, it gets, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggrandized, right? Like it's like exponentially greater is, I guess, for lack of a better term. But you know, the way that social media has taken over all of our lives,
right?
Like,
but that was some good word usage right there, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to get to it.
It took you a minute to get there, but you know what? You trudged on, and you got there exponentially.
I went through,
and I thought you were going to do it, Joe Clark. I need y'all to get up to your classrooms expeditiously.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is a differently thing, but I do think that the kids.
But yeah, so no. I mean, but it, you know, the cyberbullying is like, it's heightened because now you go home and it's still there, right? And you know, even as adults, we all, a certain amount of us rely on this to communicate or interact with the world, you know, whether it's business or social for you. But you know, for these kids who are highly impressionable and you know, going through hormonal shit, so they, you know, it's you know, being a teenager is an emotional roller coaster.
It's an emotional.
You know, these algorithms of these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, are feeding these kids, especially teenage girls, 13 and up, body image issues, right? Like giving them that business, and you know, and that, you know, that's a real thing.
Hold up, yeah,
it's always existed, but it's heightened by this.
But you know what,
ever-present internet, social media space.
Queen Bee said it right. Just turn it off
and do what? And do they don't watch TV, they don't read, they don't go outside, they just play video games and sit on social media. So you know, and at this point, if your kid is a teenager and they're hooked on this shit, that's on you, parents. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, but to like just turn it off right now is, yeah, easier said than done, right? But like, I think it's one of those things where probably never should have been turned on or should have been regulated much earlier in their lives. So at this point, yeah, it's a lot more than, it's like telling heroin addicts, just stop using. You know, that ain't how addiction works.
I agree. But I still think that a lot of the kids are softy softs now, and I get it. They were basically being indoctrinated to be softy softs. But I think that Facebook going down, I was fine. I was fine. But okay, no, I wasn't okay. I was a little upset. I was just like, because, you know, who's going to hold me? Who's going to console me? Who's going to make me feel like I matter? Yeah. Facebook does. You know what? I don't even have sex no more. You know what I do? I just look at Facebook and I masturbate to the little likes.
That's what it is, man.
Y'all put that in y'all mental Rolodex.
There you
go. Go ahead.
Breezy JJ said, read a freaking book. Nicole H said, eat and shit. Queen B trying to get me to do what she say just because she a black woman. Girl, you ain't paying no bills over here. And I don't have no kids, so my kids, quote unquote, aren't hooked on this shit. But some of y'all's are. And some of and a lot of these kids are. And so, you know, just saying, hey, turn it off. I agree, absolutely, but it's gonna be a little more complicated than that.
It's more complicated.
Stop doing heroin, But the nigga gonna be up at night scratching and crying and peeing. And
let me just give you a thing pertaining to what we do for a living. Right now, the comedy thing is basically hinged on if you have a big following on Facebook and if you have a big following on Instagram and now TikTok. So we kind of got to use it as performers to get the word out, just like we have to get the word out on this. And it is a killer platform to get fans, get more people to come out to see you. So it's like a good and evil. Does that make sense what I'm saying, Pedro? It's both. And but the kids, they don't know how to differentiate that their value is not encompassed in a like. They don't know how to differentiate that if someone says, I don't like you, you're ugly, that it means a fucking thing.
Yeah,
but
we've all carried those over the years, right? You want to be at the cool lunch table or part of the cool kids at school. Like we've all had these spaces. It's just heightened by this social media. Queen Bee says she has a 5-year-old and she took his iPad. Kudos to you, mama. That has nothing to do, and that's the way to do it. That's the right age, right? In which you start regulating that stuff. But we're talking about teenagers being affected, and at that point, they might as well be 80 years old, right? 14 going on 40, right?
Right.
Well, it's a saying for real for a reason,
right?
Real. So all we're saying is that these kids that are being affected in this way right now are much older than 5 and have been dealing with this stuff for 10 years now, right?
AJ Fitz said, instead of wanting as many followers and friends, make page private and block haters and trolls. No, I mean, even that, we get haters and trolls, but the end of the day is, I think that the teenagers, y'all a bunch of yogurty ass pussies. That's what I think. Y'all should just wear big vagina hats because you are just, okay, but pussies are strong because they push out babies. So let me think of another words. Me.
Okay. Miss Adverb is in the building.
Miss Adverb. Okay. Yeah, Miss Adverb, Oprah versus Miss Adverb. Okay. I want to see that fight. No, I think that I think the kids are easily swayed by social media. I think that the industry that we're in is easily swayed by social media. Pedro's a funny motherfucker, funny ass comic, funny motherfucker. But there'll be bookers that don't, check you as fast because you don't have enough followers. And that's that bullshit. It doesn't have anything to do with your skill or if you're a good person or bad person. So all you people out there that are sucked into the vortex of this bullshit, then first off, I got this box of spines I'll send you. And I need you to put them in and pull your big boy and big girl panties up and get your fucking life together. Get it together.
It did seem odd, though, timing that Facebook, Instagram, all their platforms went down the day after this damning, whistleblower report came out. In which she really exposed not just how harmful the algorithm is, but the company's sort of nefarious mindset behind its use. You know what I mean? It's intentional.
Politically
use
think what it is.
And politically and socially.
It got this guy in
office.
Kids. It got this orange cunt stick in office.
And it sent a bunch of people essentially to the Capitol to overthrow the government.
Capitol, right?
So that's I've long been not a fan of Facebook.
I know
he's like, you got to use your face. There's a lot of people. I'm like, man, fuck Facebook. It's an evil entity in space. And we can't even go live on it right now. So really, fuck it right now. It's really useless to us right now.
We can go live. You just chose not to go live.
What are you talking about?
It's up. I told you. I'm just
Shang, you're not paying attention. I keep hitting the go live, but I haven't chosen not to go live. It's high. You can see it. You can see it at the top of the screen.
I know.
Try it yourself.
Pedro, wait.
It's not going live.
I'm messing it up. Hold on. Pedro, you chose to do this, and that's what Black Pedros do.
Yeah, man. I fuck up the Facebook feeds. But yeah, it's long since been a useless platform.
You chose this. Yeah, no, and you know what? I use it, but I have gotten some pussy from Facebook. So thumbs up to you. No, I'm kidding, ladies. You don't ever give me pussy.
Hey.
But no, I think that the bottom line is what I was saying before is, everybody be swayed by something, and because social media is such a fucking gigantor mammoth that's been rebuilt from, I guess, DNA particles. I guess because that's what they're working on now, bringing mammoths back because we need that shit. But the end of the day is kids can be swayed. So I'm thinking maybe there needs to be something to rival Facebook that has a little bit more authenticity with its message. What do you think of that? It'll be called Black Pedroing, which would be our platform where we put it out there. What do you think?
Okay. Let's get the coding then.
We'll get the coding.
Let's get to coding, bro.
Yeah.
Sell it. All right, man. So we're gonna move on, but Facebook goes down after being exposed. That just seemed like a coinkydink. And by the way, when these sites are down, it's usually like 30 seconds, a minute or two. This was like I said, 5-6 hours. Most of the business day. So yeah, let's see how their algorithm has changed now, guys. Let's see what they bring us now that
it's going to be the same because you know what? It's just like World Star. When you see Sharkeisha beating some girl's ass, you click it. And especially if the thing says Sharkeisha beats bitch's ass, you're going to click it. I've clicked it and I was like, God damn, Sharkeisha got hands. And then you share it with other people. And that's just, it's an unnecessarily evil shit that we do. Because there's been a couple things where I've shared that were horrendous.
Well, speaking of unnecessary and evil shit, this is why I want to get an electric car next, because of the Black Gold Dead Sea. This offshore drilling, man, getting a bit out of control here. The last I heard, they believe that a ship's anchor burst this, pipe in the ocean. And has caused a 125,000 gallon oil spill off the coast of California from Huntington Beach, which is just south of LA. That's basically the top of Orange County, then like the northern end of Orange County,
right
on down to Dana Point. Which is a good stretch of coastline along California. That's a good majority of Orange County there. Prime coastline.
But they estimated that just like when the Alaskan pipeline oil spill, which this one rivals that. That's what they said, it rivals that. I don't know why people going swimming while this shit is happening.
That's weird.
That's strange. But the bottom line is you got to think about it. The wildlife that lives in those areas, in the reserves, they basically are, half of them will be a death sentence. It'll be a death sentence because they can't clean that many pelicans' feathers, the oil off it. And if they can't fly, they die. So we're going to lose wildlife. Obviously, it's detrimental in every way, shape, or form. But guess what? If we chose to go with solar, if we chose to go with electric, if we chose to leave coal and oil behind, we wouldn't be dealing with this as much. There are other countries that are already like years ahead of us pertaining to moving towards solar and electric, and we're still like, coal is better for you. I love when I chunk up a big chunk of fucking blood and coal from working in the mines.
My lungs supposed to be black.
They supposed to be black. You know what I'm saying? It's
how you know they ain't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You ever seen lungs inside the body? No,
I think that you don't know. But there's no way. You got to think the special interest groups and the motherfuckers with big money still want to keep oil and coal as the main motherfucking factor.
Fossil fuels, man.
Fossil fuels.
Hold on. Speaking of going back in time, like fossils, Pam Knox on the last topic says it feels like y'all really minimizing the Facebook issue to being a kid issue. No, I think what we were highlighting, at least for me, was the fact that it's another layer of shittiness from Facebook, because we've talked about in the past how Facebook is, played a major role in being, a detriment to our democracy, right? And that doesn't seem to faze people, right? Everybody's jumped right back on Facebook. Like I've been calling for a Facebook boycott for a while, even though we go live.
He's wrong.
But also, for me, I want to highlight this because if democracy isn't what gets you up out of your seat, well, how about your kids? How about that? Facebook came for your kids, is coming for your kids, been coming for your kids. Don't give a fuck. They could jump out of a window as long as they add more subscribers.
But as long as they
don't give a
click,
shit.
as long as they click on the way down.
So that's all it was. Definitely not minimized.
Yeah. So it wasn't
Facebook
minimized. Yeah. So
but back to the oil spill.
We'll go back to the oil spill. But hide your wife, hide your kids. They clicking everybody. Click, 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 click.
Hide your kids from the beach. Total beach shutdowns from, like I said, Huntington Beach down to Dana Point. You can Google map these areas. It, it is the major strip, because by the time you get to Dana Point, you're at the southern end of Orange County, and you're about to enter San Diego County. So they expect the oil to move south from the Huntington Beach area. But that doesn't just mean that, people can't kick it at the beach. And there is, tar and oil washing up onto the beach at this point. But also fishing. All my pescatarians out there, the fishing lanes have been shut down out there. They're going to have to, clean up all of this oil and then make sure that it's quote unquote okay to fish there again. So
I wouldn't eat a fish out that motherfucker to save my life. Okay.
Really going to watch where you source your shit from now. But
if you look at the area, this is the oil. This is what the shit looks like. It's everywhere. So the bottom line is, hey, everybody, if you like your fish oily, you can get it in California.
They say the oil spill itself is taking up an area the size of the city of Santa Monica, California. Not a huge city unless it's an oil puddle. Then that's pretty fucking big, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Still not able to go live on Facebook. Fuck you guys today.
I know. But Facebook, we're not back. Let's move on from Facebook. The oil spill. This is a thing that I had said before. Pedro said before. There are things that we need, and I just got a car and it motherfucker run on gas. I'm sorry, because I didn't get that. The hybrids were killing my pocket. But it's either house, car, or electric. I said I'm gonna go for house. But the main thing is, people forget about they say, well, the environment. You forget about the habitat of these fucking animals. That is a wrap. They can clean it up all they want, but these animals are fucked. Okay. If you don't, they come here to lay their eggs and do that shit and chill out and smoke a blunt. And the pelicans like to smoke blunts. They smoking blunts. Yeah, look at the pelican, flat pelican. And they say that they like that. But guess what's going to happen? One, they can't nest there anymore. Two, when they do nest there, the motherfuckers that's cocky, like, I can take anything. They die, and they get oiled up. And when they are hatched, they get oiled up. So it's just some bullshit. But guess what? Everything's a clusterfuck. Grab whoever you love and hug them and stick your dick in them, or grab them if you put your pussy on them and enjoy your life, because it's all going to hell. Oil spill, oil spill.
I will say I would not suggest just sticking your dick in just grabbing people, even if you love them. Get consent. Okay.
All right, you know what I meant. I meant
because people will take that and be like,
I know. Okay, I know. Circle your wagons. Make sure that you understand that. And guess who cut against regulations for anything like this, oil spills, disasters? Guess which party cut against the funding for that? I'm going to give you a minute there, Pedro. Come on.
Let me see. The Grand Old Party.
Anybody
GOP.
in the feed?
You down with GOP? Yeah, you
was
know.
Was it GOP? Bueller. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, that Trump is a big, backer of coal, and he thinks that shit still is viable, and he's a big backer of the oil joints. I say it that way. I speak slang, you motherfuckers.
Hey.
But yeah, no, that's what it is. It was definitely the Trumplicans, and right now they don't give a fuck about it. They definitely don't give a fuck about California, because Pedro, you know why? Because it's a blue state, and they specifically want bad shit to happen to blue states, and that's what's happening. Facts. Pause.
Yeah. AJ Fitz said Fukushima is still in the water. Nuclear waste just doesn't disappear. If you want to fuck your head up, man, watch this week's episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. The main story is about what they call PFAS, these forever chemicals that just like Teflon and Gore-Tex that just never go away. Like they'll be here for thousands and thousands of years, and it's in everybody's blood. These the runoff, the chemicals, the particles from it, it's in everybody's blood. So yeah, we're constantly fucking up this earth. Surf's not up, guys. California's closed, beach line wise. We fucked that up. So we'll keep our eye on that, and hopefully they'll get this cleaned up soon. And I believe divers are down there still trying to find the actual leak. But here we go, man. We got to move on. We're going to have to close out the show fairly quickly. But as we move on, I'm going to do it a little something like the...
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro, popping in. Hey. With another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. Dang, Yang. I had some hopes from him. He had some interesting ideas. I think it was $1,000 a month stipend that Andrew Yang wanted to introduce as part of his presidential platform. He also unsuccessfully ran for New York mayor recently. But he has announced that he is breaking away from the Democratic Party. He's been a member of the Democratic Party officially since the 90s and trying to help Clinton get reelected. And, recently entered as a, businessman into the race here. It's kind of a different and fresh voice. Maybe, obviously not politically savvy.
Hey, man, but hey, why is it breaking off? Why don't you tell us? Come on, tell us. Tell us why he's breaking off.
Well, he said he feels like he can have a greater impact. So it looks like last month it was reported that he's planning to start a new party, a third party, even though there are other parties already. But sounds like he wants to get momentum behind a third party. And I gotta say that, I think this is an interesting story, an interesting step. I'm not sure that he was necessarily a major player. I mean, he got into the ring, but obviously wasn't happy with the process of running as a Democrat for president. But I think it could begin to open the door, crack the window for a movement away from these two major parties, because, I'm sure you guys are familiar that, Shang is not a fan of the Democratic Party. I'm not a fan of a lot of things they do, but we both still ride with the party. And that's because it's the lesser of the two evils, seemingly a lot of times. But
by far.
And I'm not saying Andrew Yang is the answer, or that whatever party he may or may not start.
Well, you know why you don't say
will
that?
Be the answer.
Because you're racist. I'm sorry. That happened.
Yeah, you know me. That's what I do. But I think there is a necessity for a third major option in terms of political parties. That I think we're seeing a divide in the Democratic Party between progressives and moderates. Maybe something occurs there. Maybe it's some kind of split among those. I don't know. Not really a libertarian guy. That usually ends up to be Republican light to me. But this for me seems like kind of a big move, where somebody who was least in the primary, a major candidate, he got on the debate stage for president, is now breaking away from the Democratic Party, not going Republican either, but seemingly seeking to start up his own thing, another thing. So let's see what that thing is with Yang's thing. Let's see Yang's thing. Not a sentence I thought I'd say.
I don't know. I'd want to see Yang's thing, but Yang.
Well, his political thing.
His political thing. Yang has some very, very interesting,
JRA NYC. I doubt if he'll call it the Savage AF political party, but
that would be dope, though.
We would definitely be on board with that.
I'm down with Yang. He's like, "What's up, cuz? Let's do this shit."
That's your Black Pedro pop-in for today. Shang, I'm gonna pass it off to you, man. Get us about it.
Check this out. My point to you guys is, again, I'm not a big staunch, backer of the Democratic Party, but the Republican Party is such a bag of cunts. We need to talk about it. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the deal. Knick, knack, paddywhack, give a them a bone. All right, they aren't the best. Let's be real. Oh, Pedro is a silly man.
Sorry.
But right now, they're not my favorite. But I'm going to tell you, in the 2022 elections, because they're so corrupt, the Republicans are so corrupt and so about that thug life, we got to make sure that we vote. So I know you don't want, like a lot of people don't like Biden. I don't think he's too old to run. I think it's going to be another candidate that's going to, come to the forefront. But we need to change this fucking country around pretending to vote. And we got to knuckle up hard as fuck when it comes to the goddamn Republicans, because they are doing everything they can to be evil. So we got to punch them in their trunk. That's it. The end of the day, I know people are like, no, man, I'm not down for the motherfucking Democrats. Biden wrote the fucking bill that was against black people. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Thumbs down to all you motherfuckers. Thumbs down. Are you kidding me? It is not as bad as fucking Trump. It is never be as bad as this half a fucking brain bitch. Are you kidding me? Listen to me carefully. If we do not get out there and go hard to paint with the fucking Republicans and vote, because we're going to have to outvote them by 10 to fucking 5, by half, because they've cheated and redistricted and redlined and did all this shit and changed bills. So all you motherfuckers, make sure that you don't let these corrupt, fucking racist, fucking horrible, you women, sexist, chauvinistic cunts get a chance to get back in office. And if you do, I swear to God, on everything I love, I will never be your friend again.
That's it. Until you do right. Until you do right.
Until you do right by me.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's what it is today, man. Give a them a bone, y'all. Patty cake. Savage AF. You're welcome, guys. That was your treat for today. Monday, October 4th, 2021. We will be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here, definitely on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Facebook.
We'll be on YouTube.
Come out wherever you are, scaredy cats. Get exposed for your fucking, your child indoctrination ring.
Basically. Yeah, you was trying to think of something to say, but you was about to go another direction.
That whole other thing.
Your child sex ring.
Yeah, let me pull it back.
No, it ain't that. But make sure you guys subscribe to us. Check us out on all the podcast platforms: iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Make sure you give us a thumbs up when you go to the YouTube page, like that. Boom, bam. When you do subscribe, and when you subscribe, I'm gonna say this before we bounce out of here, because we're getting out of here with the quickness. Also, we're going to be setting up some other live shows we did. Thank you guys for coming out to the shows that you did come out to. I got a couple shows coming up. Hopefully, Pedro will be there with me. I'm going to make sure I do what I can. He's a very funny man, so he deserves it. Colorado Springs, I will be there. Actually, I will be there October 15th and 16th. That's when I was in the woods lost for a while. I will be at the 3 E's Comedy Club. Make sure you get your tickets. Go to the 3 E's Comedy Club and get your tickets now. And this Thursday, I'll be in Agora Hills at the Canyon. It's called the Canyon Club. I'll be there. Make sure that you come check me out if you are in the LA area, in the Agora Hills area. And we will have more stuff coming your way.
Yep, that's what it is, y'all. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Get it. That's on YouTube for sure. That's where we'll be for
sure. Now, let them know something before we go. You always say something profound. I'm waiting for it. I know it's coming. Make it happen.
I want you to keep your heart open, your head up, and your finger out of your nose.
Boom.